The verdict is in, and Triple G got the decision. We give you our thoughts next. Please like and subscribe. Help us reach 10,000 subscribers. Leave us a comment below. Welcome to another edition of The Hot Stove. Well, you can probably guess from the name, from the title of the video, how we had that fight scored. I haven't really heard anyone who thought Triple G won the fight. This is one of those decisions, and look, the fight was close, but this is one of those decisions that really make you scratch your head. We scored at 115-112 for Sergey Derevyanchenko, and I want to get into that, right? Because we basically scored, we gave the 12th round to Derevyanchenko. We scored every other close round for Triple G. Every other one. What was it? It was, the second round was close, we gave the Triple G. The 5th round was close, we gave the Triple G. We gave him every other close round. The 11th, Triple G didn't win that fight. He didn't get enough rounds. Yes, he got a 2-point round in the first for the knockdown. Okay? He let him off the hook. And from that point on, Derevyanchenko out-jabbed him. He outworked him. He had him hurt several times. Had him hurt way more times than he was hurt. Later, the better shots, the cleaner shots, was the more active fighter and won the battle of the jabs, right? Like, it didn't matter where that fight was held. Derevyanchenko won the fight in the middle of the ring up the jab, won the fight in the middle of the ring in the jab, and then he back Triple G up against the ropes and work him over. And, I'd never seen Triple G hurt like that. To be fair, Derevyanchenko beat him more convincingly than Canelo did. He really did. Look, you can't, again, if you flip, here's what I'm trying to say. There's not enough rounds that Triple G won to give him that decision. Like, I want to go through this. I gave Triple G the first 2 rounds. He gets 10-8 for the first. He gets 10-8. Then it's, I gave him the 11th and the 5th. That's it. So you got the first 2, the 11th, and the 5th. That's all he got. That's it. So, what I'm saying is there's simply not enough rounds. You can give him the 12th, you can give him the last 2 rounds. That makes it 114-113 for Derevyanchenko. 2 of the judges, so a majority of the judges, gave 2 more rounds to Triple G. There aren't 2 more rounds you can score from after you give him the 12th. They're not there, right? There's not any more rounds. Then you can't give me a reasonable scorecard that has Triple G winning. And it's like, if you have it 114-113, you know what that means? That means you give every single close round to Triple G. Now, they found 2 more rounds that weren't so close to give to Triple G. I want you to sit me down, and people can, I want you to sit me down and show me the 7 rounds you scored for Triple G. They're not there. That means without the knockdown, Triple G wins. That's laughable. He didn't win enough rounds. He didn't win the... Look, Triple G's supposed to have this great jab. He got out-jabbed by Canelo. He got out-jabbed by Derevyanchenko. And then he got outworked. He got out-jabbed, outworked, and he got hurt several times. Yes, he had the knockdown. He got the knockdown in the first round, and that was it. Besides that, I mean, he didn't win that fight. Like, he didn't win the fight. It's almost impossible to give me 2, 3 more, give him the 12th, fine, you can reasonably flip that. It was a 50-50 round, I give it to Derevyanchenko. Give me 2 more rounds that you can flip, besides the 1st, 2nd, and 5th. He didn't win any of those rounds in between, and the 5th was close, the 5th and the 11th could have gone the other way, to be fair, but I gave him to Triple G, and there's nothing wrong with that. But there aren't more rounds on top of that. He didn't do anything. He ate so many shots. His defense was not there at all. His defense was invisible. He had no answers. He was going backwards. Derevyanchenko imposed his will. The ring generalship, the cleaner shots. He won the fight. Derevyanchenko did everything better. Now, Derevyanchenko's got to go back to being somebody's opponent. Maybe Derevyanchenko gets a shot with Jamal Charlo. Maybe. After Charlo beats Hogan in a month or 2, whenever he fights Hogan. But he's going to get screwed in that decision too. Look, I thought Jacobs beat Derevyanchenko. It was a close fight, good fight, competitive fight. I thought Jacobs won. This fight, there's no way Derevyanchenko lost. This is robbery. This is the robbery of the year. I was just thinking last year, we haven't had a reasonably big fight where there's been a totally bogus scorecard. You know, there may be fights where you score one way and it goes the other. There may be scores, Lomachenko and Luke Campbell, where the scores are just too wide, but they got the right winner at least. This is that decision. You can't give me the round. They kept saying on the DAZN telecast that there were so many close rounds that you could. No, there weren't. This was a fairly easy fight to score. And that's why everyone's pretty much in accord. 115, 112, 114, 113, but for Derevyanchenko. All three judges scored it the other way. The fact that there are three judges who watched that fight and not one of them thinks Derevyanchenko won that fight is unspeakable. And I don't like the cry, you know, fix or whatever, or you know, that's it's politics, but there's something weird about that three judges watched that fight, and none of them thought Derevyanchenko won, but everyone else in the world who watched the fight thought Derevyanchenko won. You can't find anyone outside of those three judges who think Triple G won that fight, because he didn't win the fight. He got outboxed, he got outlanded, he got outworked, and Derevyanchenko landed the cleaner, better, more powerful shots. He got in Triple G's body like we never seen before. He outlanded him and outworked him. Derevyanchenko won that fight. There were times when Derevyanchenko was going backwards and he'd quickly correct him. That's twice now that Andre Rozier has been robbed against Triple G. And this one's worse. This one's worse than the Jacobs fight. I thought Jacobs won. That was a real close fight. I had 114, 113 for Jacobs. It was a really close fight. That could have gone either way. This one wasn't. Again, the scorecards aren't that wide because Triple G definitely won rounds, but there weren't swing rounds really. Besides, you know, and the swing rounds, I gave it to Triple G, and most people did. That being said, everyone, despite giving all the swing rounds to Triple G, still scored for Derevyanchenko. You know, you could have had this reasonably, you could have had this wide. Reasonably, you could have scored every round from the third round on for Derevyanchenko. And that is not an unreasonable scorecard. Derevyanchenko won the fight. There's no question about it. It's only, did he win it close? 114, 113, 115, 12? Or did he have it wide? Because you could have it wide for Derevyanchenko. What you can't have it is a 3-point win for Triple G. Because that makes no sense. That is an awful, no good, bogus, rotten decision. The rounds just aren't there. Give me the rounds for Triple G, besides the first two, and he may have lost the second. Right, like, honestly, you might score the first round for Triple G and the rest of the rounds for Derevyanchenko. This is not a good decision, guys. I mean, Triple G has a belt. He's not a champion. Triple G, he's got a win against Jacob, which was a loss. He got a draw against Canelo, which was a loss. And now he has a win against Derevyanchenko, which was a loss. Where are his other wins? I mean, this is a hype job and a half, guys. This is getting bad. Like, he didn't, you could argue, and I don't count the Vance Monterosa fight, throw that one out. The last 4 fights, he's 0-4. You could have really, and I would argue that. This decision stinks. You know, and the more I think of it, there's no one who thinks that Triple G won the fight. He got out jabbed, he got out worked, he got out everything. He was being forced backwards. He looked slow, he looked old, he looked sluggish. Derevyanchenko's not exactly Demetrius Andre with the hand speed. Right? He's not Canelo Alvarez with the hand speed. Was clearly the quicker guy. Beat him to the punch every single time. And I'll say it again, Derevyanchenko beat Triple G better than Canelo did. And I scored both fights for Canelo. I'm not a Triple G hater, guys. This is the scorecard. And look, if you want to go back in those two Canelo fights, there are swing rounds. You can score that fight either way. This fight, you cannot. You can't give me a reasonable scorecard where Golovkin wins 6 rounds. It doesn't exist because he didn't win 6 rounds because he lost the fight. If you score it 7-5, it's 114, 113 Derevyanchenko. That's the closest you can have. Now, you could have it wide. You could have a 118, 110 for Derevyanchenko. And anything in between those two scorecards are reasonable. What's not reasonable is going the other way. And because if you get it 114, 113 Triple G, you've given every single close round to Triple G. Every one. And he still loses. And now Triple G is going to go on. He's going to get an Andre fight. He'll probably get a bogus decision in that fight. Then he'll fight Canelo again. And that's where we're going with this. And Derevyanchenko's got to go back and beat someone's opponent instead of being a world champion, which he deserves, by the way. That decision was awful. Let me know what you guys think. Leave your thoughts, comments below. Leave your scorecards. Give me your analysis of the fight. Do you agree with me? Do you think it's reasonable? And give me the rounds that you think you could say Triple G won. The 6-7 rounds you think Triple G could have won. Leave your thoughts, comments below. Again, hit that like and subscribe button. Help us hit 10,000 subscribers. Share on all forms of social media. For another episode of The Hot Stove. From Texas to the world, this is 3D Boxing saying thank you and God bless.
Enjoy 3D Boxing vlog videos? Show us some love by clicking the like button. Don't miss a tweet, post, story, or video. 3dboxingvlog.com is also on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Hit the subscribe button now to stay inside the ring.